Malpreet ma'am for introducing me to this august audience, and really thankful to the Dr. Satvinder Kaur and Dr. Jindal sir and Mrs. Bharadwaj ma'am for the coordinator for this AI, this FDP for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to share my technical knowledge with everyone, all the pharmacy teachers and teachers present here. I'm genuinely thankful to our principal, Dr. Milind Umaikar, sir, who permitted us and also motivated us to deliver our learnings to all the teachers so we can apply all these ICT tools and techniques all over the world very well. And importantly, that need to be mentioned that really thankful to IIT Bombay and NIT Nagpur, who have built us and transformed us from learner to presenter through one of the FDP organized by IIT Bombay in 2016, where we learned all these ICT techniques and tools, and we are applying this all from 2016 in our college at Srimati Kishodai Boer College of Pharmacy, Kamptee, and which benefited us and even NAC and NBA visit as well. So would like to share my presentation, which is based on the implementation of this ICT tools and techniques in teaching learning process. So the need of the present hour, we know very well the use of ICT. So we are using these ICT tools and different techniques in our teaching process. And even there are different ways of tools and teaching techniques are available there. So the important one is that how to use this, how to involve these tools and techniques in our regular teaching learning process. That as ultimately this is associated with this ICT is associated with enhancing the teaching learning environment. So this ICT, that is information communication technology, is specifically if it increase or enhance the teaching learning environment. So it is possible through this ICT techniques and tools. So there are different techniques or tools are available there, that LMS, the different learning management softwares are there. So from this, Google Classroom is again the user friendly at the teachers and as well as the students ends. And again the Moodle, this is the worldwide use platform. So it is useful for taking any type of quizzes and examinations, and you can create your course content on a Moodle. So this is the different type of LMS are available there. From this, I have enlisted only two. So again, the Bodhi tree comes very recent through the efforts of IIT Bombay again. So these are the LMS that we can use for creation of our course content and different certificate course even or different courses. Then the flipped classroom, this concept is very good. It helps students a lot, like where you can give the out of class activity and in class activity and enroll or involve students in all the process. Then the think pair share, this is one of the technique through which you can involve all types of students, like a slow learner as well as the fast learner. So you can collaborate them through the think pair share, so it will ultimately enhance the learning of the slow learners. Then AV creation, this AV creation is the audio video creations, that how to create your videos, how to make it impactful. So there are different software. So one of the software which is very easy to handle again and to prepare our videos, so that Screencast-O-Matic is one of the software through which teachers can prepare their presentations or video and can upload them on the different media, the different e-media, so through YouTube videos. And again, the Camtasia is one of the software which is useful for the sharing your technical software skills with everybody. Then the Bloom's taxonomy is specifically important for designing the questionnaires, that which type of questionnaires are required, that how to set L1 to L6 the levels for the questions. That is really helpful in case of designing questioning. And the ultimate one is the rubrics, through which you can evaluate the students on an equal basis, on an equal platform. So this is the assessment tool. So these are the some ICT techniques and tools I'm going to share with everybody. As the first one, that is a Google Classroom. Yeah, I know so many of you are aware about this Google Classroom. This is the one, this is the online platform which enhance the learning experience. This is a simple Google app which is available for the education suite. It creates online classroom and virtual classroom. It is the one, it is a structured tool which ultimately helps teacher to manage the coursework. We can manage the coursework here. We can upload the videos, and we can upload the course notes and PDF and books in, or so many things. And even we can enhance the communication and collaboration with students. So by streaming process, by posting your questions on the stream part of the Google Classroom, you can interact with student anytime through this particular platform. So this is the very good LMS, we can say. It facilitated organization for course content in digital platform. It supports assessment through assignment and quizzes. It maintains a grade book. So this, it's available there. So you can check student and at any point of contact. So that the grade book is maintained there on a online and on a cloud basis. It is a free of cost. That yes, so you can create around around 100 classes. It's free, or it's possible with your a single account. So again, if you would like to go for the higher version, so that time you have to go for G Suite. So you can make it available for the whole organization. Then it is accessible from anywhere. You can track student progress and the discussion forum to enable this communication. So these features are associated with the Google Classroom. Even as how to create this Google Classroom. So if you go to your Gmail, at the right hand side, you can see this 9 dots are appearing. So by clicking on this 9 dot, you'll be able to see this particular thing. So here you can see the classroom is appearing on a downward side. And after clicking on this classroom, it will directly take you through this classroom.google.com. So where you can create your classroom, on a right hand side upwards side, you can see the plus icon. After clicking on it, it will through this you can either join a class or create a class. So you can join the students through this. So by clicking on a join class, through which students can join the class, and by clicking on a create class, the teacher can create a new classroom. So you can create around the number of classrooms through your login. So here, being a teacher, definitely after clicking on a create classroom, it will ask this terms and conditions of Google Classroom. And after clicking on the term and condition, we can design our classroom here. So this is the first page, how it appears, that how the classroom will appear. So this is how to create your Google Classroom. So after that, through the stream, you can interact with the students through a discussion forum. Through the classwork, you can post any type of course notes and everything to the students. So it ultimately gives an announcement to the students that you have uploaded that particular things. Through people, you can see or add students in your class, and through grades, you can monitor all the grade books. So this is what all about the Google Classroom. So as due to the time constraint, it's not possible to give a hands-on on the same. But this is the way how to create your own classroom. Then the next one, that is the LMS. This is used worldwide. So many of the Coursera courses are available on Coursera through this Moodle platform. Even the IIT Bombay specifically go for this Moodle. And even in most of the national level quizzes, we generally prefer this Moodle. The reason is this is a modular object-oriented dynamic learning environment, which was created by Martin Dogimas in 2001. And repetitively, he is adding so many things in the same. And the recent version, it's 3.11 software is available, where even we can make the safe exam browser, which is the plus point. So one student is solving the quiz through the Moodle platform, he or she will not be able to open any other browser on a same laptop or same computer. So this is the one we can see where we can prevent some sort of copying during this online teaching process, where we would like to take a proper quizzes, and we even through this Moodle we can create negative marking. So what is this Moodle? This is the interface between the teacher and student. So where you can give the out of class activity, here you can give the course notes, slides, you can give the announcement for the new topic, you can create a wiki page that each and every student can add their data in the same page. You can create a database for a particular project work as well. Then through this big blue button, you can directly take them into the webinar part. Then through assignment, you can judge them, and even by using the rubrics, that is one of the assessment tool, you can check their assignment, and you can involve them in the discussion forum, you can take them in the chat and all. And ultimately you can give them assignments as well as quizzes, and they will revert you back, so you can assess them at your end. And even you can maintain a grade book here. So this is used worldwide, so this is having a multiple application. So how to create this elements? This is again a free of cost, that Moodle.org is there, where you have to pay if you have to create it for 1,000 users or more than that, when you have more than 1,000 courses in your university likewise. But otherwise, if at a normal scale for teacher, we can create it through a Moodle Cloud platform or through a Genomio platform. So generally this is created by the administrator. So your principal, your management can create this Moodle platform for all the teachers. They can assign the role of teacher or instructor, where the teacher again have right to assign a role to course creator, the one with who is going to design the course only. Then the manager will going to manage the course, and students which ultimately go through the courses and enroll for the courses. So you can give a different roles in the Moodle elements. So the one that is the Moodle Cloud, through which you can create a free LMS, but this is having some limitations, so it is for 45 days, but you can assess all the things here. You can enroll more than 100 students here, you can create 50 courses here. So through this Moodle Cloud, you can create your site, you can learn that how to enroll the students, how to take quizzes, how to take assignments, how to create your content on the Moodle website. And this is the Learn Moodle, where you can learn the different updation of software. So generally it hosted by Australia. So it's generally for 4 weeks where we can learn the different things, that how to handle this learning management software. And after completion of it, they generally provide us the certificate, that is the international certificate. So it's really helpful to learn the updation of Moodle by using this Learn Moodle .com. So that is learn.moodle.net, through which you can learn this software. So each and every step is given there. Now this Moodle Cloud packages are available, so you can do it by yourself. You can start with the Moodle, where you can start with the 45 days. And if you are satisfied, then you can shift it to the higher version. And again, if you would like to design it for your university, so where you have more than 1,000 courses or 500 courses, so that time you can design it for the whole university. So likewise, the IIT Bombay, so you can visit the IIT Bombay. They have created for the IIT Bombay. So there are so many courses available there. So this is the one learning management software that you can use for your students as well. Then what are the features of this? So you can create amazing courses here. You can create animation courses. You can create your study related courses. You can create your subject related courses here. Any type of courses. This is mobile friendly. The app is available where you can put your URL and you can access it from anywhere. So it's mobile friendly, it's scalable. So we can scale it for a 50 to 500 users. Then again, we can make that web conferencing possible through this Moodle. Then customized certificate. This is very important as the certificate courses are concerned. So after completion of all the activities, the quizzes and assignment, that the participants will get the certificate, and this is the customized one. So once they have done with all the activities, then they will receive this certificate. So generally, as I used to do the different courses of the IPR through World Intellectual Property Organization Geneva, so they also have this custom certificate. So after completion of your course, they generally generate it and you will get that certificate. So and the simple thing is you can monitor your site. Here the one advantage is you can monitor the online users, that how much time the students were there, are they really gone through the data, that the course content which provided by teacher, or are they really done the quizzes in a time period or not. So that you can monitor even a single activity, a single time activity through this Moodle Cloud platform. So this is really useful. And in case of the next, that the Genomio, this is the free hosting service for Moodle. This is the most popular teaching or training tool in the world, right? So this Genomia is the one platform where you can create your Moodle site, and you can use it for more than, you can use it for 500 students, and it's for 50 courses. So it's possible to make this site available for more than a year. So this is again one more platform, that is Genomio.com, through which you can create your Moodle site. So for creating the same, so here you have to enter your site name, and after entering the site name, you have to enter your email ID. Now the specifications are given here that it must be in a 2 to 32 lowercase letters. Then you can select language. So Moodle is providing around 100 languages. Like, you can create courses in 100 languages. So this is again the plus point of Moodle. By using it, you can create the number of language courses. And after clicking on this, you can create a site. So I have entered my email ID here. I have entered the URL, that is KBCOP IPR, and then I have just clicked on this term and condition. And once I clicked on a create site, it will show me this dialog box. So it indicates I have created the site on a Genomio.com. But to access the site, first I have to just go through the Gmail. So they generally send a Gmail through a Genomio, where they used to provide a link for a site which is created from a teacher's end. And then by entering the admin, that username and the password, you can access your site. And even this is the initial username and password provided by them. So once you have gone through the same, you can see this is the site name is appearing at the left hand side, and on the right hand side the login option is there. So for the first login, you have to use the details, that username and password provided by them. And once you enter the things here, it will take you through this particular page. So on the right hand side, you can see the admin user is there. So you can convert it to your college name, your university name, and this is your first page. So as it is a free of cost, some sort of ads generally appear on the first page. But this is again, we can see somewhere, if you would like to restrict them, then that time you have to purchase this particular platform or the particular LMS. So these ads are generally associated with the teaching learning process, or some books and some things, business and some things associated with the learning and teaching only. So we can go with the same. And after this, as you can see here, I have entered here my college name, that is KBCOP Kamki. And on the right hand side, you can see this gear option. So after clicking on this gear option, I can edit my profile, I can change my password, I can change the language. So we can do all this setting on a first page by using this. Yes, Varun sir, do you have any question? Okay. So here on the left hand side, you can see the dashboard, site home, calendar, private files, content blank, and here the site administration, through which you can add different courses. You can take quizzes and assignments through this Moodle platform. So this is what all the hands-on associated with the learning management software. So these two softwares are regularly in use nowadays due to this, even the COVID situation, and even the IIT Bombay or so many universities are using this LMS for teaching learning process, for their course content, and even it's really helpful for maintaining the data, because nowadays even the PCI or AICTE, they used to ask for the e-content, where you have a e-content. So that time, this sites will be a very good platform through which we can show these are the e-contents available for the students. Where in case of Google Classroom, where we have some limitations, we have to add them or join them, then only we can make it visible. But Moodle is the platform that you can make it visible through a guest login. So anybody can see the content which are available on your Google platform. So this is very helpful for the teachers, even for the course creators, like the Pharma Literati is also working for the certification courses. So this is really helpful to create your courses and make it available worldwide. Now moving to the most important part nowadays, that flipped classroom. So it is really a flip. Generally, what happens in the traditional classroom? So generally, teacher comes and gives deliver the lecture, and generally the teacher asks questions to the student, and then student respond. or sometimes some students may ask the question and then teacher respond. So it happens in the traditional classroom. So what is happening in the flipped classroom? And then in assimilation part, so generally in a regular class we used to give the problems and assignments to the students for solving them at home, like a homework, and then they have to come with the solutions in the classroom for the next session or next lecture. So this is happening in a general or regular classroom. In case of flipped classroom, it's simply a flipped, where we generally do this or some sort of disadvantages are also there in the case of traditional classroom, where instructor are giving the information, that information transmission in the class during the class. So sometimes students don't pay attention many times. So this is the one limitation or disadvantage we can see. Then sometimes some students may answer topper only answers, and some other left behind. Some sort of the students are there that hesitate to speak. So that time only few students answer in the traditional classroom. Then again, few students may ask the question. So these are some disadvantages associated with the traditional classroom. Now, why is the flipped classroom is a good idea? So here specifically, a class time is spent in assimilation rather than information transmission. So here, generally, a teacher initially gave the out of class activity through ICT, right, through LMS, that the different video that they have to watch and different questions they can design. And when they come to the class, that time they will involve, the teacher will involve in the question answering or discussion on that particular topic. So the class time is spent in higher cognitive level learning, like apply, analyze, and create. So these are the Bloom's level. So rather than at a lower level, that is recall and understand. So this is the one thing which is very good associated with the flipped classroom. Then support of peers and teacher is available while working on higher cognitive levels. So when the assimilation is in the class, right? So that time, more time will be spent on the higher cognitive level learning, where apply, analyze, and create is possible, and where you can take help of your peers and teacher. So in this, generally, this information transmission is outside the class and assimilation is inside the class. So this is the flipped classroom, which is different from the traditional. Generally in traditional classroom, what we used to do initial days, we used to give the information transmission in class and assimilation outside the class. And in case of flipping the classroom, here initially we are providing the content to a student through the online or ICT tools. It is outside the class, and assimilation is in class, where each and every student can interact with the teacher. So this flipped classroom ensures that the class time is spent in assimilation rather than information transmission. So here the instructor and teacher finds or create videos on topic. So here teacher need to create a video, or as a teacher can also use the available videos on a YouTube for the same. Then student watch video before coming to the class. So this is the activity actually, where student need to watch the video before coming to the class. And even class time is spent in activities and discussion. So for the same, I'll take you through one of the pattern or one of the constructor which was provided by IIT Bombay when we have done the FTP through them. So this is the constructor provided by them. Even on a left hand side, you can see this is a Creative Commons license, which is required to protect your data or to make it available for just a learning purpose, not for any other purpose. So being a teacher, we have to create this type of some sort of presentation where I have mentioned the topic on which I have created the flipped classroom, the course, the domain, target audience, and the college name. Then out of this class segment is here, we have to provide a resource creation assignment. So initially that about this information transmission to student, we have to help the student at recall, understand, and apply level. So this is the out of the class activity. You can see here, here in design one, the learning objective is mentioned here. So what is the objective? So after watching the video, student will be able to decide as I have prepared it for the bacteria, that microbiology subject. So it's decide the prevention treatment for particular diseases on the basis of symptoms and positive organism. So this is the learning objective I have set for the out of the class activity. Then what would be the key concept? So it's causative organism, symptoms, prevention, and treatment. So likewise, we have to create a constructor here. We have to make a video should be of less than 10 minutes, because otherwise it would be very lengthy and it would take more time. So the video it's of less than 10 minutes is more acceptable, and it engages students more time. Then again, it should not be bigger than 10 minutes. You can use the screencasting for both text and audio narration. So it would be really helpful for students if your video is with the audio narration or the subscripts available there. So the assimilation will be very easy. So this is how to create your video. You can create it through the Screencast-O-Matic software, which is again available free of cost, where the limitation is there that less than 15 minutes we can create. And Camtasia is also one of the software that you can use for the screen recording purpose. Then once you have done with your video, then you have to provide this details to a student, that upload the video URL. This is a video URL, the license video, and the duration of the video that you need to mention. And then the guidelines for the assessment, that's up to you. The initial things are you need to provide the video URL, its duration, and this is the one, that design 3, which is very important. So while watching the video, the student will need to know that which type of assessment strategies will be there, or what type of assimilation will be there, right? So you can ask the question here, that write a name, that expected duration in 3 minutes. So student need to pause the video and then need to give answer for the same. And likewise, you can ask the question, assessment strategy here, and you can give the time duration. So where the student need to pause the video and write down the answer for the same. And even they can submit it through the assignment through online platform, through Moodle or Google Classroom, or they can come with the database in a classroom as well. So the complete duration of activity is only 10 minutes. So it's really easy to engage students. So it's up to them that they can pause the video. And even nowadays, the techniques are available where you can pause the video, you can enter the question, again, start with the next part of the video. So this is the out of the class activity, which is generally provided to the students initially before your lecture. So this is the information transmission to a student outside the class. Now, when they come in the class, so what would be the in-class segment? So in-class segment, again, we will work on the learning objectives. We will design that as a different concept associated with the previous thing. And then we can add them or enroll them with one of the activity, that is think, pair, share. So for the same, then now what is the think, pair, share? So you can collaborate one or two techniques of teaching to involve each and every student. So this is a flipped classroom, a simple where you can provide video to students outside the class. And when you'll directly take a class, that live class, like even through this online class. So in online classes, you can ask them the questions, their issues, their problems associated with that information transmission. So it helps students in their learning and ultimately solve their all queries and increase their cognitive levels very well. So this is what all about the flipped classroom. Now think, pair, share. This is the very good activity where you can involve the fast learners as well as slow learners in a one group. So in the first, the word itself indicate think, where we can give any sort of question to student. So student need to think on that particular activity or the question. So you can, so recently as the COVID is going on, so you can ask the question like, is the treatment given for the COVID is right or wrong? So this is the think situation. So is it really right or wrong that most of the drugs withdrawn even after the treatment? So why it happens? So this type of think activity you can give to the students. It is generally for 15 to 30 minutes. Where you can engage all the students. And genuinely, I experienced it in my classroom when if we have 100 students of classroom. So initially only 50% or 60%, 50% or more, less than 50 students generally answer for the question. But when we this thing pair shared. So around 90% student involved in interaction. So we can increase the interaction with student through this thing pair share. So in this activity, generally teacher asks specific question about the topic, and we used to give 1 to 3 minutes of time to the students just to think on the particular question, and they can write their answer in the book, or even they can note it down. Then pair. So generally in inside, this is the inside classroom activity where students are there in between. So in the pair, we can make a pair of student on a bench wise, or as per their or we can say a bench wise, or you can set as per your roll numbers, or the fast learner, slow learner, and medium learner that you know very well being a teacher. So after that, when they make a pair, they share their ideas with each other. That individual is different, and ultimately they build one thing there. So that is the pair. And during this deepens the understanding of topic, and it takes 5 to 10 minutes. So this is the pair. So they share their thinking with each other and proceed with the task. And after that, they have to share their thinking with the entire class. So teacher moderates the discussion and highlights the important points. So it will take around 10 to 20 minutes. So during the sharing part, the students, like once, although they are slow learners, but they have sort of confidence to share their knowledge with everybody. And when they share it with all, so ultimately it goes to the whole class. So this is the think, pair, share activity where you can involve all the students in your learning process. So this is really helpful to increase the confidence of students and increase the learning capability of students. Now the another tool which we can see, which is very helpful in this activity, that audio video creation by using Screencast-O-Matic software or Camtasia software, and again so many even nowadays that the active presentation is there where you can prepare a presentation and record it. Even this facility is available in our Microsoft Office as well. So here you can record your presentation. So nowadays that the higher versions are there where your photo is also appears on the same. So you can record through all these tools and make it available for the students, and just make it as per the flipped classroom requirement. So not more than 10 minutes, concept wise preparation. You can ask questions, you can pause the video and then ask the question. This is again the most important technique followed by IIT. They generally follow this, they pause the video and then ask the question, and then again run the video. So it increase their the understanding level, and increase their apply level and create level. So these are the 2 YouTube channels we have at our college, where on a one platform we used to upload our teachers video, and on another YouTube channel we used to upload the other activities of our college and students and their presentation. So you can create it for your college, and you can maintain it for your business, or you can maintain it for your course as well. This is the eStudio. This is the unique thing that we have. Actually, I have created it with the guidance of IIT Bombay. Dr. Samir Sahasrabudhe sir is here. Dr. Nanoti sir, Yogendra Pal sir from IIT Bombay. So this is the one facility you can create at your college, at your institution, at your university, where students can record their lecture, where teachers can record their lectures. Even we can take webinars through the same. So it is really easy to get connected with the information communication technology and to upgrade at all the extent. So this is really helpful for all of us. Then before moving for this, I would like to share one document for this think, pair, share, where you can see the format you have to create once, and that format you can use for all time. So here on this, you can see this is the one of the hands-on document which I have created for one of the FGP conducted at our college. So where we have given this resource, that is think, pair, share activity. So the domain is pharmacy, then the topic is bacterial disease, target audiences are class, that semester we need to mention. On a think phase, you can give a question like this, that what are the different types of diseases causing bacteria. Then you can set the duration. So students need to give their answer in 3 minutes only. So what will instructor do? Like what teacher will do. The student ask students to think and search about it and write an individual answer. So you can give question here that ask student to analyze different different diseases caused by bacteria. Then what will student do? Student can think and search individually and write an individual answer. Then deliverable from this phase, the student will know about different disease causing bacteria, and they can differentiate between the benefit and harmful effects of bacteria. So during their thinking process, they will think in all the direction. And this is the think phase where individual student is thinking on a one single question. Then the next is the pair phase, where I didn't write your pair phase question here. Again, the question would be there for a pair phase. So identify the diseases caused by bacteria and pair them as per their different ways. So this new question adds something that where they have to think on the question, and when they have individual data, they will share their data with each and everyone, right? Or their paired person or their colleague. So this is what instructor do. Can make a group of 4 students, or can make a group of 3 or 2, or like it's up to a teacher, and then tell them to write the things in the notebook, define them in a proper way, where what student will do, student pair up with the neighbor and check other group answers and discuss the answer with other group and note down it in an individual notebook. And then deliverables from this phase, students can link between the diseases, positive organisms, source of information, anything additional is there. Then the last is the share phase, where they have to share. Again, we need to ask one question for the sharing purpose, that they have to compare answers of instructor details. So here's the teacher need to give a detail on the particular question asked in the think phase and pair phase. And at the end, that instructor or teacher need to share the question. And then ultimately student will discuss it with the class. So this is the one format even you can use for the topic or your subject, which is really helpful to engage student in the learning process. So this is how to engage students in the think, pair, share. So here now, this is the most important part, that is Bloom's taxonomy. So in case of this Bloom's taxonomy, we can use this Bloom taxonomy. The few nouns, that few words are there specifically that we can use for creating the questionnaires for a particular topic. Generally, at theoretical basis, we need to create a question for L1, L2, L3. So here, remember is the L1, understand is the L2, apply is the L3, then analyze is the L4, evaluate is the L5, and create is the L6. So we can create, or in case of remember, so we can recognizing and recalling facts, we can ask to the student on this remember level. Then understanding what the facts means, that we can ask. Then applying the facts and rules and concept and idea. So in most of the theoretical things like that time, we can apply this L1, L2, L3. And while designing the question paper also, that we can define the CO also, that I'll show you in the next slide, to this particular level. So that CO, that course outcome will have a link with this level of Bloom's, and ultimately it will help us to design the question. Then analyze, where the breaking down information into component parts. So where the students can analyze. So in case of the practical aspects, where we have analysis practical or the practical concept, so that thing we can go for the analyze part. Then evaluate, so judging the values of information and idea. So evaluate is whatever the created or analyzed by the students, that goes to the evaluation. And create, so if something is novel created by the student, that combining the parts to make a new whole or new thing, that is create. So that is L6, that the highest level of the cognitive level and learning. So through a Bloom's taxonomy, you can create a different questionnaires. Being a teacher, you can correlate your course outcome with this all Bloom's taxonomy. So it would be helpful for the teacher to define the questions for the particular things. Then this is some sort of hands-on provided by our faculty members during the FDP organized by our college. So that time we have given this type of hands-on. So the name of learner, then the name of peer reviewer. So whatever you are creating, you need to go through it, some of the reviewer. So is it right or wrong, and how to check. Then at Bloom's level, the question we can set the few are recall level, some of it understand, apply, analyze, and evaluate. So at pharmacy, at some extent, the create is very high, that L6 questions are not there so many times. But yes, when the research is there, so that time we can go for the create part. Here you can see that the appropriate level of peer evaluation. So they need to find out that question is really at the recall level. So generally definitions, define this, enlist this things, this comes to the recall part. Understand where the principle is there. So that comes to the understand part. Then apply. So when the things are associated with the application of the test methods or their evaluation, that comes to the apply. Analyze, that analytical methods, and evaluate. So this is how the sort of hands-on even you can take it to your college, and you can develop this designing of questions specifically for student, and it is with the Bloom's taxonomy. So this is one more thing that where here you can see the CO, that course outcome, the description of course outcome is there. Is it associated with which Bloom's level? And then its relevance with the peer evaluation and the different levels. It's really low, like moderate or high, and then the peer, teacher, and deviation score. So this is how you can relate your course outcome, which is very important as an NAAC and BA point of view. So where the course outcome you can prepare as per the Bloom's taxonomy. So this is the one of the tool which is very important for teachers. Now the thing that is rubrics. The rubrics is, this is the evaluation tool. Like when we have a similar type of things, like when we have seminars, or when we have a project work, when we have a written project, when we have a poster competition, when we have a normal class test, seminars, journal clubs, and even in case of some cultural activities like debate and elocution. So that time we can use this rubrics. This is created on a same basis. So it's applicable for all, and we generally go through the different criteria. So we can create this rubrics even in the LMS, like as I have shown you Google Classroom. I'll directly take you through the Moodle platform after this. So there you can create your rubric. So ultimately it will analyze the things automatically and create rubric for an individual student. So we can analyze or we can evaluate the students on an equal basis. So here we can set a different criteria, and here on our right hand side you can see here we can set a level of performance. So there are two ways. The one is numerical scale, and then other one is where you can give the normal good, best, and the understanding or excellent, this type of level. So this rubrics you can set for evaluation of all this. So this is one of the assessment tool used in most of the cases. It is having one of the heading document, which is having the set of instructions, that what would be the criteria, what would be the rubrics design, then what is the criteria for dimension for that particular thing. Then in education terminology, it is a scoring guide used to evaluate the quality of students and their constructed response. So here, this is the scoring guide where you can evaluate the quality of students. And it's really important to evaluate this all. So this is the thing, and this rubric is a scoring tool that lists in the criteria. So we can set a different criteria. So if it's associated with the seminar, so we can set one criteria is the communication, the another criteria is the preparation of the presentation, the third criteria is the knowledge associated with the presentation or seminar. So you can set a multiple criteria here, and the level of the scale. So you can set the criteria here and the level of performance at another scale. And you can give a points also, like if really the communication is very good, so you can give a 4 on 4. If the presentation is really good, so you that so many softwares are there. The Prezi is one of the tool through which we can create so many different types of presentation and make it more attractive. So that thing, you can give the level of performance, and you can check all the criteria. So this is the one assessment tool which is very important for all of this. So it's having applications in teaching, for checking the assignments, for checking the class tests where the theory topic is there, when the essay or sort of there, where they have written something on a research profile or something like that. Then poster competition, then written project reports, seminars, journal clubs, presentation, cultural activities, debate, and elocution. So this is the one assessment tool that we teachers can use. So just on a last phase, I would like to share some hands-on that how to deal with your Moodle website or how it appears. So generally, this is the one of the website I have, that is kbcop.gnomio.com. Initially, we used to have it on moodlecloud.com, but as Moodle Cloud is having limitations from last 1.5 years, it is only for 45 days. So generally we create it for a short courses. For a long course, or when we have these courses are continuously for the next term also, so that time we used to go through this skbcop.gnomio.com. So it is appearing like this. You can see login as a guest is open. So anybody can see the e-content once they have to click on login as a guest, and then the participant or the students will be able to see all the courses available on this platform. So here I have created some demo courses, that pharmaceutical biotechnology. This is the pharmaceutical validation, where I have posted the course outcome. So it's visible here also. That course outcomes are in a course. Then the regulatory pharmaceutical sciences, HAP, and even I can assign the teacher here. So right now I am the only one. Otherwise, you can assign other teachers to the same. So in the login as a guest, anybody can see this content once they click on this particular course. So this course is visible to everybody. So likewise, the topic will appear on a Moodle LMS. So this is how we can create a different topics here. We can add a different sources here. So this is possible to see everything through a participant end by the guest login, but they will not be able to give the answers for assignments and quizzes. For that, they need to have registration on the platform. So here, I'll take you directly to the course. So I'm going back, and on a first page, you can see this is how login guest is possible. This is another thing which I have enabled here. So if any student would like to enroll for my course or any course available on the platform, so student can click on a create a new account, and after that he will get the details that they have. He has to enter the username, password, and email, and then it will directly take to the course web page, and student can enroll on the same, and through Gmail, like he will receive one mail, and through the link he or she can join the course available here. So right now I'm just doing the main login, like administrator login or the creator login. So this is the site, Moodle website created by me. So here you can see this course is appearing once the login is there. This is the some sort of courses appear on your website. The courses completion tracking also possible to see here. On the right hand side, you can see the online user. So right now only I am like one log in, so you can see the online user. But during the quizzes, you can see all the students here. You can set calendar that recalls for the same. You can mention this upcoming events here. So this is how it appears on a dashboard. Now, on the left hand side, you can see that my courses. So here that validation, regulatory affairs, HAP2, these courses are available. And how to add more courses. So for that, we have to go to the sign home. And here on the right hand side, you can see the gear menu. So after clicking on this gear menu, you can see turn editing option on is appear. So after clicking on this turn editing on, you can add anything or add new courses or categories on the same. So it will enable all the things here. And then how to add the things, like I'm just enabling turn editing on here. So you can see on a downward side, it is showing add a new course. So here you can add a new course. So likewise, you can create, as I have told you, on this platform, you can create 50 courses through a Gnomio.com platform. On a Moodle Cloud, you can prepare 200 courses. And for more than that, you need to go through the moodle.org, and the purchase version is there. And here with this, you can add a new course. So this is how to add a course. Now, after adding the codes, that how to add the different contents here. So here even this enabling is on right now. So you can see everything is editable now. We can edit the topic name. We can add the different activity and resources. So here on the right hand side, you can see add an activity and resource or resource. So once I click on it, it will show me these are the different activities and resources available here. So if just click on activity, so you can see here, there's so many activities that you can add. You can add assignment, chat, choice. Like choice means what, where you have a particular choice. So number of things are there and what is the choice. So you can add this type of activity there. Database. So if I would like to select or I would like to collect the data from student, that how many things they have, they can create a single database on a single page. Feedback, which is very important nowadays, as ICT is very helpful in that way, that we can take a feedback for anything before the program, after the program, even in during feedback. And it is again required by NAC and NBA. So that feedback we need to mention, or the links we need to give, provide on the college website. So that time it's really helpful. Then the forum, glossary where student can add the single glossary from there, and we can set a lesson. Quizzes, very important. We can set a negative quiz here. We can create around 18 type of questions here, multiple choice question, checkbox question. Then again we can create here the labeling the diagram, or labeling or filling the blanks, missing words, and creating paragraphs and short answers. So likewise, we can create even the mathematical numericals can be created through this Moodle platform quiz. And we can take a workshop, we can ask for a survey, we can create a wiki page. So these different activities we can take for student and enroll them in all these activities. Then the resources, that we can upload different books, or even we can create book on the same platform. We can upload file, any file, in a PDF file, a Word file, PowerPoint presentation, Excel format, anything that we can provide through this file format. It will be available for student. We can create a folder for the document. We can label it with a particular things. We can create one page if we would like to show, like once the student click on your course, and we would like to show them the instructions only. So we can prepare a page. So student will see the page first, and then he will be able to go through the course. Then we can add a URL for the video and all through the same. So likewise, you can add the different resources, different activities on this Moodle platform. Then the most important part of this is how to enroll these participants, or like what are the different ways. So on a first page, I have shown you that we can make a guest login. So here again, on the left hand side of your course, you can see the participant. So this participants is what, like the one who is enrolling your course, or if you would like to enroll them for different methods that you can enable. So once you click on this participants, it will show like this. So right now only 2 participants are here. This is the one I have here as a teacher, and I have enrolled myself with another login as a student by self-enrollment method. So it appears later on. So here, generally, initially when we start, it is with the teacher only, where we have to even assign role to a teacher for this particular name. So on the right hand side, you can see a gear box. Once you click on this gear box, you can see all the enrollment methods are here: guest access, self-enrollment, manual enrollment. So manual enrollment means you can add a student individually, or you can take a bulk user. So there is some format, that CSV format is required to take bulk user in your LMS. So this is the one way that you can take students, and then you have to provide the username and password. And it's really helpful in case of quizzes, that if you're organizing it at a national level or at a higher level, so that time you can create the username and password for student, and you can provide them individually, because even the mail part is associated with this. So it's having email support, you can directly mail them their username and password. Then self-enrollment, as I have shown you earlier, that on a first page, create a new account was there. So after clicking on that, you can create your own enrollment, and you can enroll any of the course that student or participant would like to join. And guest access is open for everybody, but they can only see the content but will not be able to participate in assignment and quizzes. So this is how the enrollment part is associated. And even if you would like to create some groups, so that time also we can create a group, and we can assess, or we can give the permissions for the same. So this is what how you can enroll the participants for your course, how to create your course on a Moodle, how to take quizzes. And I would like to show the last thing, that how the grade book will appear on a Moodle. So this is the one more additional and advantageous thing. I would like to show you. This is a quiz taken a few days back. So here you can see attempts 107, around 107 students attempted the quiz. And once I click on it, it will take me to the grade book. So this is the grade book which I can download from the same, and I can keep it with me as for the data required for any of the process. And here you can see individual student marks, grade, the time taken to solve the quiz. So many times it happens that that 4 students will get 100 on 100. So how to analyze them? So that time you can monitor that how much time they have taken. So on that basis, you can shortlist that even the 10 students at the highest level, highest marks, 100 on 100, but the one student who has taken less than the lesser time to solve 100 quiz, that you can call it as a topper or achiever or anything. So this is the one way where you can monitor the timeline as well through this grade book. So student, you can monitor a single question, you can export this file, and you can keep it with you. So this is how you can see, you can check the grade book. And ultimately, if your participants are there in your classroom, so that time it will appear like this. So you can see these are the participants or students available on our Moodle platform. So we can watch their presence even through the same. So this is what all about the Moodle and different LMS, and most of the techniques and tools used in the teaching learning process, and we're really helpful. With this, I am really thankful to everyone for patience listening me. And really, this is very important that we need to know that technology will never replace a great teacher, but a technology in the hands of great teacher is transformation. So one thing which we need to understand in present situation, the way of teaching, which is very helpful and understanding in case of students, which is really easy for understanding at student end, that is the best way of the teaching. So with this, I'm really thankful to everyone, Shivpujay sir and Kaur